Hey, welcome back to another SUPboarder review, and this week we're going to be looking at the Starboard Wide Point 11.2. Starboard, definitely one of the biggest and best SUP brands in the world at the moment, and they are constantly striving at making, as they say, innovation quality in all of their boards, and this is definitely been slightly tweaked for 2017. Specifications for this wide point: 11'2" long, 32 inches wide, as all of the wide points are in the whole range. Its thickness is 4.6 inches thick. It has 198 litres in volume. It retails at £1,169, and it weighed, when we weighed it, just under 13 kilograms. This wide point comes in a 2+1 fin setup, and the materials in the board are: it is a precision moulded high density EPS foam core. It's got the amazing parabolic carbon Integra rail that's incredibly hard wearing, and it's got a 0.6mm pine veneer under your standing area, as well as many other materials in this board. Just check out that image on the screen now. Starboard are constantly striving to make their boards eco-friendly as possible, and there is so much going on to these boards that more than I can just speak about in this video. What is this board's basic principle? Well, it's an all-round base board, but it really has a surf pedigree background for that slightly heavier rider with a lot of glide. Before we move on to our SUPboard impressions, let's talk a little bit more about the wide point range. So the wide points have been going, we reviewed them back in 2014, I think they were going for 2 years before that as well. They make boards from sort of 8.5 up to the 11.2 size. They are designed for the slightly heavier rider or somebody who wants the extra stability. They are all 32 inches wide, obviously of different lengths, but they really are aimed at that surfing pedigree. The rails are tuned and everything is aimed towards more of a surfboard. So 11.2 long, this could easily be an all-round board and use it on flat water, but it really does get the most out of being ridden on a wave. You can definitely tell in the last 2 years the wide points have really been tuned and refined again and again, mainly looking at the rail shapes. The rail shapes are much more pulled in, and the tail shape is much more performance orientated, a long way from where it came a few years back. First impressions of the 11.2, well, it's the biggest board in the wide point range, and this one is the Starlight construction. Once again, Starlight construction, as we reviewed the last time with the 8.6 Hypernut. Wow, incredible construction, incredibly tough, incredibly light. I'm saying this is an 11.2 board by 32, and it's just under 13 kilograms. That is a seriously light board for the price as well. So Starlight construction again gets a massive thumbs up from us. We're very impressed with that. Same fittings as you see on all the other Starlight boards. Nice color coded recessed deep carry handle in the center. The full EVA deck pad, very grippy underfoot, and they've even got the different color coded diamond deck grip pad at the back with the raised bump under your foot. The blue Integra rails around all the Starlight boards are fantastic and incredibly hard wearing. It is so good to see a good quality rail protection layer put on their cheaper end boards. A really good move for Starboard, and as I said, we were really impressed last time we tested it. Looking at the board shape and template, as you can see by the outline shape, it is like a supersized surfboard. It's got quite a pulled in nose, a pointy nose, more than the sort of all-round base boards, which are much sort of wider and rounder, and in right to the back of the tail, a nice pulled in tail, which offers that much more performance in the surf. So you don't want to have a super wide tail, you want to pull it in and give you that faster, easier riding feel on the wave face, which is what they've done with this 11.2. Looking at the rail shape, which is really where the magic happens on most of the surf SUPs, you still have quite a thick rail up in the midsection, obviously, because it's 4.6 inches thick. You've got a lot of volume to get in there. As you move further back, the rails obviously thin down in the thickness, as you'd expect, but there is actually quite a sharp rail at the last 1.5 foot section of the board, which is one of the big differences you'll see in the newer wide points compared to the 3-4-year-old wide points, is the rails are much sharper, which is also going to give that board that extra sort of drive and performance in the surf. Compared to a lot of other bigger surf SUPs, the wide point 11.2 definitely has that performance shape, and you can see that straight away from the outline and the feel of the rails. If we turn the board over, the board has a nice rocker line shape for its size, starting off at the nose, flattens out slightly in the midsection, and has a nice amount of tail kick at the end there, which is there again for that surfing performance. Looking at the sideways bottom shape of the board, there's a very small concave at the nose, which is there to hold the water. Moving back, then we have a V into double concave, which is there to make the board nice and smooth and make the board easy to ride. a little bit more pronounced there with the double concave either side of the V, and then moving back just in front of the fins, it goes into like a large concave in the center, which is there to sort of hold the water, again give you that lift in that tail section and make that board feel lighter at the back of the board, and into that tail kick at the end there. Looking at the fins, I know it comes with the 4.7 FCS front fins at the side fins, but these are the plastic versions. I think it comes with a bioresin, nice green ones with a honeycomb structure as standard. This is a demo board obviously, but we've tested it with a few different fins, so it comes with the green fins, not the black ones. This board we rode it with a 6.7 inch honeycomb center fin. I think the one that comes with the standard is around the 7 inch or 7.5 inch honeycomb finish like that as well. So the fins are really well finished, as are all the Starlight fins that come with all the board ranges. The setup itself, 2+1 setup, gives you loads of fun, loads of things you can muck about with. So you can put smaller side bites on, you can put bigger centre fins on, move the fin back and forth. One thing we always note with the Starboards, and I think it's even more apparent with the blue bottom of the boards, is the finish around the fin boxes is outstanding. There's no paint going down the side of the fin boxes, it's completely crisp. And if you're talking about hydrodynamics and having the water pass underneath your board as fast, as clean as possible, definitely a nice fin box and fin setup is what you want for the water to pass by without any nicks or blemishes or bumps or paint marks. That's what you're after. Looking at the performance of the 11.2 wide point, the first thing you'll notice is this board paddles in on any wave you want. We were all amazed with how much glide this board has. Just because 11.2 long, it just catches absolutely anything from a little bump up to those bigger waves very easily. So if you want to catch waves far out back away from the crowds, this is the one to annoy the surfers and get on the waves super early. Because of the width, 32 wide, you still have a lot of stability, very easy to paddle, very easy to get out over the waves and all that sort of stuff. Moving back on the board when you're surfing it, it has that great performance background to it. Because of that pulled in tail and that rail shape, the board is fast and it feels very small for its size when you're on a wave. Personally for myself, I'm used to riding slightly smaller boards, but I really enjoyed riding this board. This was a lot of fun, and this is an 11.2 board. This is a big solid board, 198 litres. So a lot of fun on the surf, can catch absolutely anything, more than happy doing all the surf manoeuvres you'd expected in a wave, and you've still got loads of room to walk around, get up to the nose. You can be a bit sloppy with your footwork because of the extra width. It is fantastic at just getting out and having fun. Negatives or downsides to the wide point 11.2? Nada, zip, nothing. We can't find anything wrong with this board. It does exactly what it says it should do, and it does it very well. Moving on to value for money, at £1,169, you are getting a lot of the board and a lot of lightweight performance board for your money. We said it before, the carbons are fantastic and the woods as well, but for value for money and weight relation, it's got to be the Starlight, the ones for us that we go for. So our overall verdict, if you are a heavier rider looking for an ultimate glide board that you want to get into the surf, you've got to be looking at this 11.2 wide point. You can also have a look at the slightly smaller ones, but if you want some glide, a phenomenal board. Would also paddle well on flat water and you'd be able to go down some rivers and creeks. You can be a beginner of a lighter, let's say weight of 85 kg, 75 kg, but you'll find that if you're a bigger rider of the sort of 90 to 115 kg and you want to get into a bit of surf as well, this board will be the one you want to have. Definitely a thumbs up, 5-star board, fantastic product from Starboard. Can't say more than that. Hope you found this board review interesting and informative and it helps with those buying decisions. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with more technique and review videos, and visit SUPboardermag.com for more great SUP action.